Steph here from my lifestyle business and also my hypnotherapy marketing because, as you know, I'm focusing for now at least on specifically hypnotherapists and helping hypnotherapists understand how marketing works, what doesn't work, what to start with, etc. And for those of you who've been following my posts on this Facebook group, you also know that I am a up and coming hypnotherapist myself. So I'm following the courses with Marissa Peer. Just as much as some of you, most of you are doing the same, probably at the same time, at the current time. And I know that also some of you are already certified hypnotherapists. And based on some of the messages that I received, I learned that some of you have even started a year ago or longer and are struggling more or less to find clients, let's say, on a regular basis. Once the word of mouth has done its magic, we're all turning to marketing and try to understand, well, how do we have or how can we establish a continuous ongoing flow of clients to serve those with the gift that we have received, with the possibility to remove roadblocks and help people become more successful and more happy in their lives. So first of all, thank you so much for being here. I see a few people have left me messages already in the chat window in Facebook Messenger. And it's the first time I use the Messenger interface to actually do this. And let me just make sure. So I see Ulrike has sent a message. I have Jed and Roni who are watching this right now. If there are other people right now on the call, I know that there are more people on the call, but they're not necessarily watching through that stream. So if you see the messages on Facebook Messenger, please do leave me a quick message to let me know that, first of all, the sound is okay, that you can see me fine, hear me fine, and that you're actually capable of communicating this way. Because the way I will be doing it is I will present you, first of all, the different elements that I think will help you understand how the questions can be answered or should be answered. And the question of today's topic is, as a hypnotherapist just starting out, what is best, a website, a landing page, or a Facebook page? And it's a very tricky question. And the question really comes from, hey, hello, Andrea, just saw your message coming in as well. So the message is quite, the question is quite important, because if you do not take the right decision from the get-go, you're very likely to lose a lot of time developing the environment that you need to reach out to potential clients. And I'm pronouncing the word clients with a lot of care, with a lot of carefully, let's say, because coming from the marketing niche, you know, I've been running a marketing agency for about 15 years now. So I've been dealing with all sorts of clients in the service industry, service sector, and production sector, industry sector. And when you are in business and marketing, you tend to see clients as the potential source of revenue and income for the businesses that we offer the services to, marketing businesses. And we cover really a wide range of marketing services. But when it comes to hypnotherapy, to therapy in general, or to when it comes to coaching, there is a human aspect involved that I think changes the way marketing should be done. It changes the way we should outreach to those clients, the way we talk to them, the tools that we use even. So while the same tools apply in terms of marketing, they are applied differently, because there is a one-on-one connection to be established with people who are who are facing obstacles, are facing difficulties in their lives, and are desperately sometimes looking for answers. So I personally, from a marketing perspective, tend to approach it, therefore, in a very different way. I'm very careful of not being pushy with the marketing, of using tools in such a way that they help me establish confidence a rapport, a one-on-one rapport, where people understand there's a confidence involved in approaching us when it comes to offering our services. So, and that's something that that you will see across everything that I will be teaching. And on that same note, even for you listening to me, because I'm not hiding, and I've said it since the beginning. And for those of you who didn't read that message in the Facebook group, obviously I do this because I like what I'm doing. Marketing is really something I've been doing this for a very long time, longer than 15 years actually. 15 years is digital marketing, but I've been in marketing for over 20 years. And I'm doing this Facebook group because I like what I do in terms of marketing, teaching, helping people understand. But I also, and I want you to know that, I'm developing an online course specifically targeting, geared to hypnotherapists and coaches, by adapting all the tools that I know to that specific segment and that specific service. So it's a very different kind of marketing. And so, yes, I will present a lot of tools, but at the same time, what you see, what I'm presenting, helps you all to also understand what will ultimately offered in the courses that I will be offering. And I also don't want to hide to you that your feedback in regards to what I'm presenting in terms of the tools and everything is very precious to me, because it helps me understand where you are facing problems. So whenever you have feedback, something you do not understand, which I thought was clear, I need to know, because that means that I have to address that specifically also in my future course modules and in the training, obviously. So that being said, let's dive right in. When it comes to the question, should you start with a website, a landing page, or a Facebook page? The first thing to understand is, well, what's actually the difference between a website and a landing page? And if you see, let me share my screen, the poll that we did last week, or the last 7 days rather. It was very interesting to see the answers that you provided. So we had 5 votes for I need a website first. And 3 voted for, well, I'd better start with a Facebook page. And 2 people indicated that they think it's better to start with a landing page, which is basically a one-pager allowing you to reach out to your customers. And between you and me, none of those answers, just one second. None of those answers is really wrong. It's more a question of at what level, at what stage you are in with your practice, with your hypnotherapy practice. If you're just starting out, I have a very clear-cut answer. If you already have started to offer services, the answer might be a little bit nuanced. But if you've been longer in business, it's again a different answer. So there's no wrong answer to this question. It's rather a question of where you are in the marketing funnel. So, and before I throw around with terminology that not everybody may understand, let me also explain what a marketing funnel is. Okay, so very quickly, I'll show you now a marketing funnel as I apply it to my own website right now. And this is a marketing funnel. It's one portion of the marketing funnel. So this funnel here is what I develop currently with my team in the agency, the hypnotherapy discovery call qualification funnel. So basically, this is a step-by-step approach that visualizes what's happening once people arrive on here, for example, this landing page, right? So we have here a traffic source, can be social media, activities on social media, even either organic in a Facebook group like I do right now. It could be paid ads with Google. It could be events that you're organizing. No matter the traffic source, they all need to lead obviously somewhere on your website, or on your sales page, on your landing page, to inform people about the services you're offering and help them book a discovery call, right? So this is a funnel. Basically, it's a visual representation of what's going on when people enter the funnel, and our funnel here starts with this landing page. The landing page per se can be let me show you the landing page we're talking about here. This is one of the landing pages that we developed with my team that we will make available to our students. And this is actually a hybrid landing page. You see here is there are menus: home, about me, what I help with. You've got the what we call a call to action, a free discovery call. Then you've got elements that reassess or reinforce the value of that person as a certified hypnotherapist with Marissa Peer here, RTT hypnotherapist. If you have a look at this page here, you compare it to a typical website. Let's say I take another website of mine where I teach digital marketers how to kickstart a business working from home. Well, on a website, and the difference is quite quickly visible, you have several possibilities to do something else on that page than clicking on the button Learn More. You have an access to live streams, you have an access to tools, you have an access to courses. There is a login, something is going on here that goes far beyond one single action to take. And that's really the biggest difference between a landing page like this one, where you have basically, well, this is the mix. And I wanted to show you that by purpose, to have you understand that you have the possibility with a landing page builder to build something that looks like a website, although the platform behind it is not something like WordPress or Flick or Wix or whatever platform you might be using. But the big difference of what you see here is the entire page is built to entice the person to do one single action on that page. There is information on the page, right? There is information about programs, a 30-day program, a 60-day program, a 90-day program. There's an additional service of a bespoke hypnotic video deepener that I want to offer on to my clients. But it's the same button coming back all over and over again wherever you go. It's only free discovery call, free discovery call, free discovery call. Okay, wherever you go. That's the big difference between a landing page and a home page or a website. If you go back to this website, I can learn more. I can click on learn more, but I also have all these options. Oh, wait a minute, there are courses. What's going on in the courses section? And boom, as soon as I do this, I'm being dragged away from the single most important action that I would like people to take on that website. If this was a hypnotherapy website where I offer my services, and here would be the page with all my services, I have now been carried away from the main objective that I should have if I'm just starting out as a hypnotherapist, which may very likely be, and I hope it would be, to find clients fast. So again, and that's so that's one big advantage, or one big, let's say, difference between a landing page and a website. If I wanted to visualize it, you could imagine a web page or a home page of a website. Imagine a bucket, and that bucket contains all the information you'd like to share with a potential client, right? Well, if there's a lot of different type of information to provide with, your client to provide with, then that bucket, the entry bucket where you start on the homepage, needs to lead to those different pages, and those different tools, and those different elements that you'd like to share and offer to your clients. So there's an About Me page. There is courses. You saw that on my website. I may offer courses even as a hypnotherapist, or specifically, even more important, so for a coach. There could be, if you're offering tools, there could be a tools section. There could be a blog, obviously, if you're interested in writing or doing even a vlog, a video blog. So there are all those different sections, but each of those sections you could consider it as a hole in the bucket. So if people, let's say 100 people come to your website, come into this bucket, those 100 people have now 5, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 possibilities to leave the bucket, because there are that many holes in the bucket, right? Your landing page has one single hole at the bottom, nothing else. They cannot go anywhere else, and they should not be going anywhere else. And as a matter of fact, landing pages are designed in such a way that people can only take one specific action, the one which is the most important to you. So if we go back quickly to that landing page and to the marketing funnel, and I will open the marketing funnel again, and you will very quickly understand why this is important and why it is different. On this page that you saw a little bit earlier, knowing that it's a little bit hybrid, and I'll explain why it's hybrid. We have a little menu on top, but everything else you've seen, there was one button called a free discovery call. Okay, we're already in the process of changing that button to take the quiz, because we realized that when I was analyzing the messages in Marissa's forum, that there were quite a few people who were, I wouldn't say bothered, but who were kind of, let's say, taken aback by the fact that they gave 8 discovery calls or 10 discoveries. Out of 10 discovery calls, one client transformed that discovery call into a session. So, and taking discovery calls takes time, obviously. So some people were asking themselves, how can I make it possible to rather attract those who I know are already committed to solving a problem? How can I attract people who have already gone through that thought process of, hey, I have been in depression for the last 6 months. This cannot continue. I need help. Or somebody who's been smoking for 4 years and he knows how bad it is for his health. He needs to take care of it, and he's taking the decision to take care of it. So he's committed. So how can we know, or how can we make sure that our discovery calls are not filled up with people who are not necessarily committed yet to take action? And what you see here on this screen is the additional funnel or segment of a funnel that we added to reduce the number of people which are not necessarily arrived at the stage that they understand that they'd like to take action, right? So, and this is why we call it a quiz funnel here. It's a qualification funnel for the discovery call. And the way it works is that instead of offering them right away a button to to take a discovery call, which could link to, for example, our Calendly interface where they choose a time and a day, we run them through a quiz. And the quiz will ask them a certain number of questions that may or may not come out of the intake form that you know, Marissa's intake form. But very importantly, one question in that quiz will ask them, and it's the last question if I'm not mistaken, will ask them, how committed are you to solving that problem? And then they have a scale of 1 to 10. So if they enter anything from 1 to 8, that's what I will do on my website, 1 to 8, I think that for me, that's not a commitment. I would say that I would need people, I would like to work with people or talk to people in a discovery call that are on a 9 to 10 on that scale. And when that happens, they qualify for the discovery call, which means that the quiz now qualifies those people. And depending on their answers in the quiz, it's our automated system taking care of that. They will be guided to a page where they can either book the call because they were in the 9 to 10 in terms of, yes, I'm committed. And all the others, 1 to 8, go on a different page where I very politely explain to them, I understand that you are still looking for answers and that you have that problem. But I explain to them that for hypnotherapy to work, it is important that our clients are committed to making the change. We all know that, right? So very politely explain it to them and not boot them out of the sales funnel, and I keep them actually in the loop, and I will nurture them with, for example, an email marketing campaign that explains the specific topics or help, something they can do by themselves to address their specific issue, but I do it in an automated way. I don't take those people into a discovery call. So that's one way of doing this. And there's several ways. It's really a marketing approach in terms of brainstorming. Give me 1 second. I have Jed asking a question. Can we sell virtual products and accept payments from the landing page? Absolutely. The big advantage it depends on what landing page builder you're using. The landing page builder we are using, which is Convertri, let me show you quickly here. Convertri, you see it here in the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. You see it here in the bottom right. It's called Convertri. And if you visit convertri.com, you see that landing page builder that we are using. There is an integration that Convertri has to build landing pages where you can accept payments right away. And I think Convertri links to Stripe, which is I think the most easiest online payment gateway now available. But they also allow you to accept PayPal payments. So you have those two possibilities, and that's the good thing with a well-designed landing page platform like Convertri. They think conversion. The ones who have built this platform, they know that if you are interested in building a landing page for your customers, they know several things. They know that, let me switch the camera to this one. Yeah, they know that you are in for a specific service with one call to action and quick transformation. And quick transformation can be several things. It could be downloading a PDF. It could be make a purchase, as we had just mentioned. There's the possibility to purchase. It could be signing up for a Facebook group. Whatever that conversion would be, that call to action would be on the button, but it can be done on the landing page. So those guys at Convertri have thought it through very methodically, and all those options are really available right away. Just as a side note, by the way, if I say if I tell you that we are using Convertri, I'm using Convertri now also to build my own web page. So this page that you see here, which is built with Convertri. And it's not because Convertri is a landing page builder that you cannot build a website. What you see here looks very much like a website. I think you would agree with that, because I can add as many menu items as I want, and they can send to various other pages, landing pages that I've built around this, right? They're not linked right now. That's why I don't want to click on them. But it's absolutely possible to make a landing page look like a website, which is an incredible advantage, because the advantage of a landing page builder like this is, once you have a template, for example, and we provide these templates to my students in the future for all those who take our online course that I'll probably open in June or something like that. My students will have access to those templates. So we are designing several templates like this to make them easy, adaptable with your own images and your own text. And that's something I wanted to show you as well. So this is one template. Now look at this template here. Same template, different person. Well, it's me. That's my future and upcoming website, right? It's still back on track with, oh, wait a minute, that's not Ryan. So you see, I would need to back Ryan. But if I have a WordPress website, well, that's difficult to achieve, right? In a landing page builder, I do this on the fly. Get on back with Steph. Okay, I like that. I save it on the page, and let's publish it as well on the home live stream. That's the page that I chose. And now if I go back to the page, this is the live page. You see the website here, hypnotherapy.sadashiv.tv, home live stream. This is just like a placeholder website. If I refresh that page, you're now getting back on track with Steph. That's really how easy a landing page builder is. And I kid you not, we do everything. I do everything myself. And I'm not a programmer. I'm not a web developer. I'm a marketer, right? I have my team to do things. But I chose Convertri because this is what's called a WYSIWYG builder, landing page builder. WYSIWYG, for what you see is what you get. What you see here, this is the interface to change stuff, is what you get, right? What I change here will appear right away with a simple save and publish. It will appear. There's a lot more advantages of linked to a landing page builder. Let me just show you one other one. I made a test. We all know that when it comes to converting people on a website, and I showed you PPC University before. One important factor is the speed at which a site loads, a web page. So if your web page loads with 2 seconds or 3 seconds, at 3 seconds, you have approximately lost, I think it's 40% of conversions. People who want to convert, who are interested in converting for service or whatever, or seek information, they don't stay 3 seconds on a web page. So WordPress, and this is a very, very highly optimized WordPress website because, well, my team knows what they're doing. We've been in this business for so long. So I run PPC University, you see here the link. I run it through a tool that assesses the quality of a website in terms of how well it is optimized for speed. And I invite you to take down this link if you want to test your own websites, if you have websites already, gmetrics.com. And I think it's reports, but I'm not sure. But Gmetrics, I can post it afterwards underneath. So I made a test this morning, and we come up with a B for this website, which is, between you and me, incredibly good already. A performance 88% and structure 88% is very good. So my team knows what they're doing, and it loads very fast. It's 1 second, which is really incredible. But with normal websites, oh, by the way, does any one of you have right now a page which is online? It can be a simple Wix page, landing page, if you have one, or a website. If you do, please do copy that link into the Facebook Messenger interface right now, and I will do a test live with you for your website, that you see what's coming out of this. And but I could take any other website to do this. Now, I did the same test, and I want to do it live with you so that you see that I'm not charging pages here that I have prepared. I take this homepage coming from my new website. This is not the final URL, obviously, it's the temporary one, but I'm going to Gmetrics. I open this in a new window. Oh, wait a minute, I'm showing you not the right thing. Let me go back. This is what I was just talking about. For PPC University, we achieve a B on Gmetrics, right? This is a website which is well known among web developers or agencies for being one of the state-of-the-art pages to measure the speed and the structure of a website. And then they provide you with a lot of information in regards to what's going on. So I run this morning, and B is incredibly good. Now let's run this new page that we are working on right now for myself. Let's test this site while you are watching, and let's see what's coming back. It always takes a little bit of time, because what they do with Gmetrics, they access this website from a place which is not located where my website is hosted. So they want to be a little bit further away. Here, for example, the test server location is Vancouver, right? But my website is actually located and hosted somewhere else. And for Convertri, they have servers a little bit all over the place to be always very close to where you are located. Now, look at this. I kid you not, nothing has been optimized in terms of speed on this website, because we don't need to. Convertri is taking care of that. We have an A grade for 96% in terms of the performance and 78 in terms of structure. So we can still improve something on the level of structure, but this is the most important point, the most important percentage, because this loads in under half a second. And this is really what you want to look for. The faster a website is, the better it is. So it's one of the bigger advantages to deal with a landing page builder. And as you've seen now, when it comes to adapting a template and to modify it to what you would like to represent for yourself, you just download the template, because we install them basically on our students' accounts. They have full access to a builder like this, so they can do everything by themselves. And then I just replaced picture. Look, I replaced this picture. For the discovery call, obviously, I put another picture with me on the phone. Ryan Cole is an outstanding hypnotherapist. I still need to change the names, obviously. But everything else is there. But everything else can be changed as well. These boxes are not set in stone. You can move boxes around just as much as you move pictures and text around. Here, I don't like the discovery call where it is here. I'd like to be it here underneath my logos. Boom. I hit save and publish. And it should be published already. Let's have a look. Let's go up the page. Let's reload it. Boom, here's my new discovery call button. And I explained to you earlier. So again, this is designed for people like you and me. It's not designed, well, my team of developers can do that too, obviously, but I can manage everything on my web page, on my landing page, and can look it like a website as I want. And I'm able to do it without any help. You've seen it yourself, how easy it is to do. So a big advantage, again, sorry, I didn't show you this again. I forget to share my screens. Okay, here we go back again. So I just changed this discovery call button from here to here, and I published. Let's publish it back, because I want it here actually underneath. I put it there, I save it. And once it's saved, I publish it. It should be published by now. Let me see. Yeah. I go back and you will see this moving back here. I just refresh and here it is. So I'm able to manage this. Why is this important? Well, it's incredibly important for two reasons. First of all, if you're provided with a template and you're able to do everything yourself, because now you can, which is not so easy with WordPress. I kid you not. I mean, I know WordPress for 15 years. I don't want to put my fingers in there. Just whenever I try something else, there's something I don't understand, and I need my developers. This I understand. So I can design landing pages on the fly. But there's something else which is very interesting here. Once you have access to a landing page builder like this one, Convertri, nothing prevents me now from cloning this page in a second to have a second page that I can test. I can move stuff around to see which one works better. If I have let's say a Facebook ads campaign or Google ads campaign, or I'm communicating that in a Facebook group that I'm part of, I can now test what's happening when people arrive on that page. But because Convertri allows me to do what's called A/B tests. It's basically meaning I compare version A with a version B. I let the test run for a month or for a week, depending on how many people are visiting the page. And at the end of the day, I know which one performs better. Where have people clicked more on the discovery call button? Was it version A or version B? But on top of this, as you've seen in the beginning, I told you this is a hybrid one. I used Convertri also to build my web page, my website. I don't want to use WordPress to do this because it's faster and I want to be able to be nimble and do it. I want it to look beautiful out of the box. So, but see, look at this. I have all these different services that I'm not offering, obviously. They're all the services that are in the intake form that I took on there. But now I will choose which one I keep. So again, that's easy to do. But what I'd like to have and what I will have down the road is for each of those services that I want to address, I will build a separate landing page. Because that becomes possible easily. I just clone the page. I modify the content for, let's say, everything around eating problems. And my discovery call could be a free discovery call for eating problems. The entire content on that page only talks about eating problems. And when you do that with landing pages, conversion rates go through the roof. That's what's really the big difference with a website. To do this on a website on the fly, and let's say you offer 5, 6, 7, and why not 10 or 20 different services if they're interrelated, you can now target them specifically for those services, but also for the keywords, because in the URL of your landing page, you add the keyword that's relevant to that service, which makes it easier for you to come up on Google as well, because these pages are just as well indexed as any website. And you can optimize them in terms of SEO to have them appear on Google just as well as any other website. So now I have the possibility, and over time, I will develop landing pages for each of the specialties that I'd like to service. So long story short, let me quickly go back to the questions. Are there any questions from your side in terms of landing page versus website before I go over to analyze a Facebook page? If so, just let me know in the chat. I have the chat underneath on my laptop here, in which case I will include it into my explanations. So let's go. Let me quickly make sure that I didn't forget anything. So yeah, the website presents everything a practitioner has to offer. There's several sections to explore on the website, and you also take care of your branding just as much on the landing page, but it's not the best for lead generation. I just explained this. It's a bucket with a lot of holes, and you don't want to lose people in those holes. You want to keep them in one bucket, and that one bucket has one entry hole, and that's, in this case, the discovery call. And then you enter them, or they enter into a sequence that you have visualized and planned in advance. And once you have planned it in advance, it can be automated too. That's another big advantage of a marketing funnel, to visualize it. So let me have a look at your questions. Can I do a landing page in 2 languages, Andrea? Absolutely. Have a look on this landing page here. You see, this is again Ryan. Let me take mine, and now that I have mine, instead of here having home, about me, and what I help, I just add here a different button called, for example, FR or EN for English or French. That's what I will probably do, because I offer the services in two languages. The language selection in that case is a simple button to click on, which sends the person to the same page, but in French or in German, or in, I don't know what other language you're servicing your clients with. But this is absolutely possible, because with a landing page builder, you add as many pages as you want. And if you want 10 pages in English and the same 10 pages translated in French, well, obviously that's something you can do very easily. Another question, let me quickly take it. What can't we do with the landing page that we can do with a website? Jet, very good question. There are things you cannot do with a landing page builder. So let me put it this way. There's nothing you cannot do with a landing page builder except specific functionalities that you need in terms of your business offerings. Let me explain. Let's say you want to offer courses, online courses. You need an online course management system, right? You need the possibility to design modules, lessons, topics, upload video, etc. Everything in a constructed manner that makes it easy for you to deliver online courses. So online courses with a landing page builder doesn't work. On the other hand, if you have an online course or would like to have an online course, and you have it, for example, with Kajabi, what I would recommend is to not use a landing page with Kajabi, because they're not very good. I would use a landing page builder, and in that landing page interface of your website that I've just shown you, you have one menu element, courses, and that link sends you to your Kajabi course, for example. I just showed you a little bit earlier PPC University here. You remember these courses here? We actually integrated everything in WordPress, and I kid you not, it is a hell of a work. I would never, ever do this again, I think. I'm not sure. There is a pro and a con to using external tools like software as a service providers, but it was a lot of work. I think it took us 2 years to get everything done the way we wanted. Now, but I invested into a platform like this because I do the same interface, the same environment now. You have it on My Lifestyle Business. Let me quickly show you. Lifestyle.business. This is the course environment that we are now, where I'm uploading on a regular basis courses for my future students, including coaches and hypnotherapists. You see the course sections here allow me to do courses, and I also have added the tools that I will make available to my students. So the big advantage of doing this under WordPress is you're in full control. That's the biggest advantage that I would say a website such as WordPress and even a landing page builder like Convertri offers. You are really in control. There's nobody taking it away from you, because you can do backups and everything. So all these are, by the way, the tools that we make available to students. And you see here Convertri is part of that. And the prices you see here are the prices that those tools are obviously charging on their own website. This is not the prices of the for our students. We offer them to our students at a very discounted rate, because we purchase basically agency level access to all those courses to make them available to our students. We put those high prices on there to actually turn away people that would want to buy it at the low entry cost or price that we can offer to our students, because I want to give it only to my students. So this is the real price that you will find on those websites for Convertri, Socialmonials, Ovion, Convertful, and everything. But these are not our prices. Anyway, going back, is there another question? What can't we do? Yes, we have that. Good. So, and I just touched upon one very important element to take into consideration if you'd make the decision between a website, a landing page, or a Facebook page. So this, by the way, is not a Facebook page. This is a Facebook group. So for those of you who do not know the difference between a Facebook page and a Facebook group, let me quickly see if I can actually access my pages here in a new window to show you that. No, this is for building a new page. That's not what we want. Jesus. Wait a second. Here we go. Pages. So the Hypnotherapy Coach is a page I just created yesterday, actually. I just took a random image that I put there. It will very likely change, but this is a page. Now, the big difference between having a Facebook page and a landing page or a website is the following. You don't own it. And it may seem obvious, but this page here, which looks like this is my page, and we all say this page is Facebook's, right? And I kid you not, Facebook has so often changed the rules of the game when it comes to what you can do and cannot do on your Facebook pages, on your Facebook groups, with Facebook ad campaigns, with targeting. I have entire clients that discontinued using Facebook pages, or no, Facebook groups, because things have changed for the worse over time. So the big advantage, let's start with the advantage of a Facebook page, and you see I use it. The big advantage of a Facebook page is, well, you have something that is directly connected to your social voice, okay? It's easier to outreach to those who are already on Facebook because, well, you can outreach to them with an invitation in another group and send them to your page, for example. But you can also do that with your group, and you can also do it with your profile. So what's specific with pages? Well, the thing is very simply this. You cannot do Facebook ads, Facebook ad campaigns, if you don't have a Facebook page. Facebook ad campaigns are always and exclusively linked to a Facebook page. It's just how Facebook works. They don't want you to do a Facebook ads campaign that links to your Facebook group, because this for them is the corporate entity on Facebook. It's your business outlet on Facebook. And honestly, between you and me, I will never use the Facebook page. People will, if I do a Facebook ads campaign, and I think it's important to take that into consideration for you as well. I drive them to a landing page, and you know now where I would send them to. I will send them to my landing page of Steph, the hypnotherapist, or the hypno coach, because that's where my funnel is. I don't have a funnel here. Look at this page. Let me share it with you. How does that look like from the bucket perspective? How many holes has this bucket have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's never ending, the possibilities to get enticed to do something else on this page. Incredibly bad for conversions, right? You do not want to use a page like this to drive conversions. Never, ever we would use a page like this. But we need to have it just to set up a Facebook ads account. That's the only reason we use it. And if I have to have one, well, at least that I make sure that it looks somewhat decent and somewhat nice. So basically, that's it. Let me check what I may have forgotten in terms of the questions that I wanted to answer today. So I wanted to answer the question, what's the difference between a website and a landing page? I hope that we understand the difference. So again, website is a bucket with a lot of holes, and it's a good page to have if you want down the road. I don't recommend to not have a web page, but it's not something to start with. To start with, really, especially if it's for finding clients fast, landing page. Landing page in combination with Facebook ads campaign, Google ads campaign. And we will talk about this in more detail in an upcoming live stream, because there's a very easy way to drive targeted traffic to your landing page, in which case the landing page transforms visits into a certain percentage into discovery calls, and those discovery calls into paying customers for a session with you. Because when that happens, the entire thing is designed in such a way that it looks the same and aims at achieving the same objective, which is a discovery call. So your ad on Facebook would read, free discovery call for stop smoking in 30 days or whatever. And that leads to the landing page. And guess what? The landing page opens with stop smoking in 30 days. And then you have your content. And there's the button everywhere, free discovery call, free discovery call, free discovery call, free discovery call. And then it enters the funnel. And again, in the funnel, now we filter out those which are already committed, or those people are just kicking the tires. If they're kicking the tires, that's fine. It's not a bad client. It's just they need a little bit more time until they make the decision, in which case they will be presented with, for example, an automated webinar, an evergreen webinar. And all those tools, by the way, can be integrated on a landing page builder such as Convertri. It can also be done on a website, but it takes much more time, I guarantee. So that's the difference between website and landing page. I explained to you also what is a marketing funnel. Let's very quickly have a look at the marketing funnel to make sure that you remember. This is a marketing funnel. And this is just one portion of the marketing funnel. This portion is just qualifying people for a discovery call. So what happens after they are qualified? Well, that's the second segment of that funnel. Now we are in the discovery call funnel. Now we are getting presented with the online booking calendar here. And from there, there's booking confirmed. Yes, okay, we recorded in a Google Sheet. They get a thank you message and an email with a booking confirmation. They have not the booking confirmed. No, okay, we retarget or we follow up until they do the booking, right? If they have the email and the invitation and the date and the booking, it gets canceled, we need to make sure that they're going back to the retargeting funnel, which brings them back to rebooking the discovery call until this entire loop has been, and all this is automated, by the way. This is what I'm building on my own web page, and this is what I will make available to my students. Obviously, it's not just for me. I would build this out for me, but we draw it out very nicely and make it very clear to students, because we want those who are taking that course have access to all the tools to make this happen, and the entire automation sequences are working as well. So next question is, well, what happens after discovery call? Well, good question. We need a sales call, a sales funnel. Well, here's the sales funnel, right? This is the hypnotherapy session booking funnel. They have now decided after discovery call that they will want to have a session with me, in which case they also receive emails where they can make their mind up. They come up to a specific landing page, you see, a landing page with the different options. Now, this is a landing page. Let's say this was a funnel for smoking. This is not a landing page for smoking. This is not the page you've seen earlier. And on this smoking landing page, stop smoking, you have the different options, 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, and an upgrade. And then they go to the checkout page. We explained earlier the checkout page can be directly on a landing page. So this is a separate landing page that we can build, but we could also integrate it here, and they can do their purchase right on your landing page. And now there are more sequences to take up they now can book their session. They have, again, a session. Is it confirmed? There's a follow-up session. It will be recorded on a Google Sheet. Now, as we have the information on the Google Sheet, we also can send them the intake form. Yes, my friends, everything organized. I don't want to send hypnotherapy intake forms manually. All this is being sent to them automatically. And the information they provide on the form can be, again, recorded in a Google Sheet. And now guess what? I have a Google Sheet knowing precisely which person is interested in stop smoking, which person wants to tackle confidence issue, which person wants to get rid of procrastination issues. So I have now a tool that I own and that I can use for my automated email marketing sequences that will be written in such a way that they're not salesy, but that they actually help our customers, potential customers, understand how hypnotherapy works, what the sequence is in a hypnotherapy, a typical session, how I can help them with. I can provide them with the feedbacks I have from my clients. So everything becomes possible once I know their name and I have their email. And that's what this sequence is about. So this hopefully answers now the question in terms of what's a marketing funnel. So basically is we draw everything out. I draw everything out for me. It allows me to discuss with my team what needs to be integrated. We integrate everything with, in this case, Convertri, but you could take the same funnel and integrate it in a website. It takes probably more time and more work. It's more expensive because you need a developer. On Convertri, it's not difficult to do. I can do it myself, really. And the other question that we have been talking very shortly about is why should you create an email list? And I hope that by now it becomes clear to you why you should own the platforms that you are using to explain to potential clients why you offer the type of services you're offering and how you offer the solution that helps them overcome the obstacles. But once you do that, you don't give that information for free off the bat without knowing who you're talking to, because you now have a system and because you have the possibility to collect that information. You will know now who is interested in stopping to smoke, who has a problem with confidence, self-esteem, procrastination, depression, what have you. But you have those people now on your list. You have their name, you have their first name, last name, you have their email, and you know what they're interested in. So, and that's a list that you own. Okay, that list, you could have it in Convertri, but in my courses, what I will teach is to have it on a separate email marketing automation platform, which is called, we use Sendinblue. There are different ones. There's MailChimp, there is Constant Contact, there is ActiveCampaign, which is I do not recommend. It's way too expensive for what they're offering. But anyway, we use Sendinblue because it's absolutely free for people just starting out like you and me when it comes to hypnotherapy services. So that's basically it. But for each of those topics, basically what we're doing over the coming weeks, and I will come to your question, Jetve, in a second. I see your question coming through. What we will do over the next few weeks, month, really, because this Facebook group will, for me, be an ongoing work. And I will probably even join team members of my marketing team to help answer questions as well, to give you the feel of how of what value a marketing team can be for advice. But what we will do over the next few sessions is we go through each of those steps that you see in the funnels, right? Each of those boxes can be almost a live stream in itself. So there's a lot of things to explain, to talk about, but I want to do it because you will also see how easy it actually is if you use the right tool. So today, we just talked about this first box, the sales page, the Hypno sales page. We call it here sales page. It's actually a website for me, which is this page here. We have explained the difference between this, a website, and a Facebook page. That's what we've done today. So there's a lot more to explain, obviously, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. Let me have a quick look on the chat. Steph, I graduated today. Hey, who is that? Jet. Well, congratulations, my friend. This is amazing because I'm not there yet. I'm jealous, okay? So you graduated. Perfect. What do I need to do to set up a landing page, and do I need a domain name? Very good question. So, well, if you want to build your business with a web presence, obviously, and you're just starting out, which is what I would suggest, is what I think, because you just graduated. I definitely would recommend going with a landing page. You will have such a lower pain of getting things done, and and things are becoming so much more professional when you have a look at the funnel that we're building out. That funnel, the same funnel you saw earlier, if we would do that on WordPress, it's probably a 6-month to a year job, depending on the number of hours you would put into there, and the number of people working around it. But at our level, we're not big businesses. I mean, okay, I have an agency, so I have a rather big business. I have a 6-figure income already with the agency, but I'm looking at my hypnotherapy career, and I do this to help my students. For those of my students who want to become digital marketers, by the way, we don't have that time and money. It's not feasible. So we need an easier solution. And landing page, building it with the landing page is definitely easier. I don't say it's necessarily cheaper, because landing page builders are expensive, and then you would add to that if it's something that you would do with us later down the road. We're not ready yet. It will be in June, as I explained earlier. There is a fee associated to the course as well, obviously. But what I want to offer, is something that I would have liked to have for myself when I started out in the very beginning, just building my agency. Something I can take, and everything is there. All the templates and the automations, everything is being built out, and I just need to swap texts and images, and I'm running. So in case you could get started with Convertri. Convertri is quite expensive, though, I have to admit. Not through us, but if you buy directly from Convertri, I think it's $1,000 a year. So it's it may seem expensive. So it's under 100. I think it's $77 a month, to be precise. So, but if you have something that allows you to go online in a matter of weeks or days with a system that's already built, imagine what that means in terms of opportunity cost. So for those of you who don't know what opportunity cost is if you were online today and you were offering your services as a hypnotherapist, and let's say you would be asking $300 for a session, or more, depending if you're offering programs. Let's say you're looking for 5 clients a week. So that's 5 times 300, 1,500 a week, times 4 weeks. That's $6,000 revenue, recurring, because the automation takes care of the recurring, because the discovery calls, that funnel will be fed, will be fed with the automation all the time. So that's $6,000. Now let's imagine that to install that funnel and make things work, and having your website takes you three months, which would be very fast. Believe me, that would be really fast. Only a website can be done in 3 months, but not with all the funnels and the automations. It's absolutely impossible, I would say. Let's say it takes you 6 months. 6 months times $6,000 of revenue that you did not have because you didn't have your website. That's what's called opportunity cost. So you just paid 30. Wait a minute, what did I say? 300? 6,000 times 6 months, $36,000 that you just left on the table because you were not ready. Now put that 36,000 and compare it with $100 a month for a landing page builder. It just doesn't make sense to not invest into a landing page builder, or even in the course that we will be offering, because you will be so much faster online making money that it's laughable to wait 3 months or 6 months to go online. That's the calculation that I do when I'm looking at it as a business person, and having had to serve clients, agency clients, for the last 15 years. So that's hopefully the answer to your question. So I think we've come to the end of this first, let's say not first, but the first really structured live stream. I'd like to invite you for to send questions if there's anything that you want me to answer right now on the call. I can do so right now. Otherwise, you can always leave them in the Facebook group, and me and my team will be a lot of fun for us to answer those questions. And other than that, as you know now, we will have a regular meeting every Thursday where I will go step by step through the process of building a funnel and how we build out those funnels. And maybe the next live stream, I could even explain to you some of those tools that we're using and how easy it is to use them. And the same is valid for integrations, such as your testimonials. You know, from my side for a landing page builder with this, I don't upload testimonials anymore. Testimonials at the end of the day, when a session is over, my clients will get an email with a link to click. They click on the link, a beautiful page is opening, inviting them to write their testimonial, to give it the number of stars they want, and to even record a video testimonial right on that page. They do it on the spot. They click send, and it appears on my website automatically. I don't do anything in terms of uploading testimonials. And this is just one example of how things can be integrated with the landing page builder such as Convertly. So let me have a quick look. There's a few people still writing, so I'm waiting it. Ulrike, thank you. Well, it was a pleasure. Andrea. Great, good. I'm really glad to read the messages that you're just leaving, telling me that this is helpful to make a decision. And just know that depending, again, where you are on your journey, launching your business, just starting out, you have already a practice and things are not going as well as they should, or you're even just becoming a hypnotherapist and you don't even think yet about building a website, there are things you should be taking care of right now, even if it's 3 months, 6 months, or a year down the road. And Jet just asked the question in terms of the domain name. That could be an entire session where it's incredibly important to protect and to register the right domain names for you guys. So that could be a session that we add for one of the live streams. And it's one of the first things I look at before I build a landing page, actually, for myself and for our clients. We make a keyword analysis with various tools to find out what the keywords should be that should be in the domain name. If it's not a personal brand like Steph Becker, which is obviously a different observation. So again, thank you very much. I wish you a very great day, a nice day, a nice weekend for those who are going into the Easter weekend, because we are Thursday Eastern. Here it is it's 1 p.m. And I'm looking forward to meeting you again next week. Have a good one.